on the middle right side,
There
you
we
can just
go.
type in whatever, and it's a little counter.
Yeah.
I wish you could link those to your spell slots so you could count them from the main page. See what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Like that would make it so much
Just
easier.
because it's on a
Anyways,
separate
we are
page.
live now.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone who's watching
Welcome
this
to
in the future,
hell.
because I'm sure there's no
Just
one
kidding.
currently watching it. But yeah, okay. So as you guys will recall, we sort of broke right as we finished combat at the end of last session. You've knocked out this elven gentleman who had been riding this green dragon. The green dragon took for the hills and has fled. Um, so as you'll recall, um, this hallway up here is still rather soggy, uh, as it had been thrashed repeatedly by one druid controlling water and just funneling large amounts of water into that room.
Oh,
And right now, all is quiet. You have a knocked out elf over in this chamber
Oh,
over here.
and suddenly Evelyn.
well, he was over here is why. He moved.
Hmm?
He wasn't in my line of sight. He's by everyone else.
It was no, you knocked him out there.
Yeah.
I didn't touch him.
Okay, then in that case, just oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Right, oh right, I'm still unfamiliar with Shen's token. In that
Oh.
case,
So yeah, there's a guy there. He's wearing purple robes. He's an elf. He looks like. What does he look like? I know I have a handout for this guy. Give me 1 second. That's not the one I'm looking for. Where's the folder of handouts they give me?
I also wish that rolling hit dice, like there was an option like roll and add to current hit points.
He looks like this.
God, he's uglier than I am.
Is he a dragon?
Is he a what?
I don't think a drows are a thing in this game. I think
yeah, we didn't have one on our party previously. No.
What is he?
no. He wasn't that wasn't Ratzael a tiefling?
No, he was drow.
He was definitely.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, okay, I forgot. Sorry, there's too many edgy races in this game.
How many edge lords?
Don't get me started on Fallen Aasimar.
I mean, I'm literally playing a Kenku as well, so I can't say too much. But I think that Fallen Aasimar are literally like
it's Edgelord Central.
Yeah.
Me. Anyhow, I'm gonna grab this guy and just like get off the ceiling and use some rope, just tie this guy up and bind his mouth with rope so he doesn't talk.
Where are you? You're not even here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with the guy who's fallen.
Not being able to see through walls is a bitch, huh?
Oh wait, sorry. I was looking at Shen's.
I know, that's what I was thinking originally.
You can remove that poison thing, by the way. Let's just get rid of that. Hang on. Stop moving.
Oh my god. I'm all like, what do you mean you're tying him up? Where are you?
I'm the one who took him down.
I tried taking down the dragon, but that thing just freaking noped on away.
He bolted.
I took another shot at it and it just was scared of me.
It makes me sad that you can't cast 2 spells on the same turn unless one is a cantrip. I think that's a real bummer.
Anyhow, I'm going to be bringing this down this way. He's down here.
I still don't
Just
think
because
that he saw that. The Kenku is
I hate
lost.
when you're holding more than one token and can't go through a single
Oh,
door.
yeah. Sometimes it happens when I'm holding just one token. It sucks. Here, let's move.
You guys struggling over there?
I give up.
Why don't we just... Okay. You know what?
Leave your skelly bobs behind for a minute.
No, they always go with him.
I actually have sight from Nisha, so I'm good. I have sight from Misha, but not from my own character. Amusingly,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
yeah, I don't
Well,
have
you're
sight
in the
from
dark.
my own
That's the issue.
character. Oh,
You're just
Kenku's-
sitting out there by
Okay.
yourself in the dark. That's your problem.
Yeah, I have a
Wait,
torch
is-
on, so I can see a
Is
little
this
bit.
the return of Torch as a character?
torch.
Okay, so yeah, I got this guy tied up and can't talk.
I'll
His-
remind you that there's currently oozing bits of Etten just drizzling out of that hallway.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yum.
Yum.
Oh no.
Anyways,
Misha's better than that.
Yeah, she only eats it
If
if
he's-
it's been jerkied.
Now, if it was Etten jerky, yeah.
I don't
does this
know
guy
if
have
that
any
jerky-
like belt pouches on him or anything?
Oh, he's got stuff on him.
Yeah, what does this guy
I
have
start
on him?
taking his stuff.
I think I would have noticed that first one tying him up.
He's got a bow.
What kind of bow?
I don't know if it's anything special. Give me a second though.
The kind of bow that would help a monk fight a dragon and not be totally useless.
This bitch has a
Nope.
bow and he didn't even
Not
use
that
it
kind
in
of bow.
combat.
He used a bow.
A
I
bow
think he
of
almost killed
dragonflight?
one
He
with a
did?
bow. Yeah, sure. He nailed one of you pretty
God,
hard.
I don't need to remember. Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, give me party treasure when you're ready. We're just gonna steal this stuff,
He's got
except for his
standard
robes,
longbow.
I guess.
Standard longbow.
Okay.
So, whoever wants, I can have it. I got a better one.
I mean,
Me
I'll take
too.
it if no one else would like it.
Go for it.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have anything on him besides his robes and his bow and his short sword.
Short sword mine.
Oh my god, this again.
Does he have any money?
No, he doesn't actually.
Does
Any
he have a
dried
quiver?
fruit?
Or a spell book.
No spellbook.
He has robes.
I looked under his bed.
You're on his bedroom. As you recall, this is where the Ettins were just wailing on each other and having a little roast. There's a fire in the middle of this room. The bird's currently standing in it, I think, actually.
I'm in the fire.
Roast Kenku.
There's no actually
Shady
thing
fire.
there. It's just you
Oh,
know why
shit,
that
I
room's
wish.
lit? It's because there's fire in there actually.
Well, here, I can do this. There you go.
There you go. That's some good
On
art right
fire
there.
lit.
All right, someone wake him up
All right.
before I burn more spell slots to
Misha,
see
lick
how
his
I can
face.
mess with them.
Yeah, Misha licks his face. He wakes up. And he goes, because he has rope on, gagging his mouth right now.
Yeah. What? You want me to do something about it?
Okay,
I'd, li-
I
I'd
ungag him.
I'd
Sure.
like to unarmed strike him one time.
He's like,
Oh.
He's at 1 health.
he's,
he was
get your hands
knocked
off
out.
of me! How dare you touch
I
me,
don't do that.
insolent bird person!
I'm not even
whoa.
touching him.
You ungagged him.
Oh, you know what? Okay, that's fine. Gotta remember, I'm not playing Giovanni.
Otherwise,
That-
he'd be already dead.
He'd be dead by now.
I
he'd,
know.
he'd be gone.
Yeah, this one you wait to kill him so that way you can have a perfect skeleton. Okay, so
Gotta mend those bones before you
you
kill him
know
off.
that dragon you were on. But where is that?
I don't know.
I mean, where does it live? I mean, this cave is
lives
kind of
here.
big, and I mean, I would like to know.
He lives in the back of the cave.
But then why'd he fly out the front?
Well, probably because there's a bunch of people killing everyone in his home.
Didn't kill you.
Yeah.
It's a friend of mine.
and you're not making any more. So I suggest that you give us information that we deem as being worth our time.
What do you want to know? Maybe I'll tell you.
I don't think you understand how this works. You'll tell me something that I do want to know, and once again, not waste my time.
There was only one dragon who lived here.
Yes. I don't believe that they normally dwell together.
So listen, if you're gonna kill me, just kill me. I'm not telling you nothing.
Where'd he go?
Oh, no. It's not that I would kill you. It would be simply that I was to enthrall you, bring you along as my pet.
Make an intimidation check.
I mean, he's surrounded by skelly men. Was that be an advantage?
Sure, roll it again.
They all have a bone to pick with him.
I don't really know how much help I can be to you. The dragon mask isn't here. Truth's gone. It's just me.
Where's the mask?
This
What
is-
mask? I don't know about this mask. Tell me about the mask.
It's like, oh yes, I suppose our previous reports didn't mention a Kenku. You're new, aren't you?
Perhaps.
There's masks. They're important. The important mask isn't here.
Interesting. And where is it?
With Severin.
And he is.
In a place that is so very well guarded. I'll put it on your map for you. You should go there right now.
I mean,
At some point.
if we were to go there right now, I mean, we're already late because right now was just then.
How are you able to withstand the poison of the dragon's lair?
Acquired immunity? I've dosed myself with small amounts of iocane powder for months and months.
Interesting. All right, well, let's go get our dragon pox vaccinations, everyone. We've been attacking this all wrong this entire time.
I'm actually wondering if there's a thing that gives him actually immunity to that kind of stuff. I'm not actually sure if there is or not. Oh, he is. He is immune to poison. I'm not sure why he is, but he totally is.
That's some Wizards of the Coast bullshit if I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
Guys, we just figured out he's flying through this poison cloud that hurts all the players. What do we do? Just give him immunity. It's fine. But no, it's cool. Trust me, it's fine. No one will ever ask how he flew through it. And here we are.
Okay, well, if he's not going to be of any help, I mean, he's just been saying, oh, leave and don't come back because I am scared and this dragon is scared of us.
Why should we keep you alive?
I suppose that's entirely up to you.
No. I ask you, why? Why keep you alive?
He doesn't answer. Your DM, will answer that. Once upon a time, you brought back Verum the White, the other worm speaker who you guys captured not too long ago, and
Oh, yeah.
the council really appreciated the fact that you captured him instead of killing him.
That is, in fact, a thing we did.
News to me. Interesting.
It was a long time ago, so I don't blame you for
Yes.
forgetting. But
Was quite some time ago. Well, I mean,
capturing the brass is kind of like good things as far as
yeah.
So what's your relationship with the dragon?
Oh, we have an arrangement.
Explain.
Same arrangement that same arrangement that oh crap, what's her name? Resmir had with the Glacial and her pet dragon out in the Mirror of Dead Men.
Does he
Well,
appear
we
to
help
have
each other. It's
any
mutual.
magic?
Make an
Like,
Arcana check.
does he just appear to here? Like, I'm looking to see if he seems to be capable of any using any magic. I know things.
He is not a spellcaster. However, you see markings on him, runes that are sort of inscribed. You understand that he has some innate abilities, but he is not a spellcaster.
Can I tell like the nature of these etchings or these like what type of magic or
You
anything
figure
about him?
that it has something to do with the fact that he's immune to poison. That's not just a thing.
Gotcha. And he's at like we left him at 1 hit point, right? Like this guy's maimed.
Yeah, he's bloodied and bruised, and he looks defeated.
Well, shall we explore the remainder of the cave?
Yeah, just keep him from escaping. But yeah,
All right, what
That's
are you doing with
fine.
him?
I'll put him right where I'm standing right now
How are you securing him?
with
how about-
rope.
I mean, another good thing to secure him with would be something that can't be moved, like an immovable rod.
This is true. That would be. Oh, you're leaving the Skelly Bobs to guard him?
Yeah, I'll leave him with an order that if he rises to his feet to kill him. Or specifically like a long-standing prepared action to attack if he stands.
Okay.
Or attempts to stand or any of the above.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's actually pretty clever. I like that.
Skelly guards.
Misha and Talia, you are looking down. It slopes down slightly. This is a nicely waterlogged hallway. And as you enter, you notice a bunch of seemingly half drowned, half smashed up guys slumped against the wall. And it is waterlogged in here. It looks messy.
Can I
to your
light
left,
a
you
torch
see, like,
when you get a chance?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're lighting
Just
a torch.
whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, here, let me just do that. You're lighting
Thanks.
a torch. I got that. Tell me if you set your torch down. Good?
Yep, good. Thanks.
Okay, to your left, you see what remains of, looks like sleeping quarters. There were some, like, bed rolls here. There were some makeshift, bunks, like, very, like, slapdash put together. Bunks to your right. What's on the right? It's just like, it looks like a common room type deal. There were some tables and chairs, but all of it's just like, it's thrown. Everything's thrown everywhere. Like, all the tables and chairs are flipped over, and most of them are pinned against this back wall back here.
What's under the bedrolls?
Bedrolls? So here, let me read you some text. Under room 6, cultist quarters. Treasure. Hidden under the mattresses in the bunks are a total of 30 gold pieces, 120 silver pieces, 23 electrum pieces, 200 copper pieces, and a single 5-pound silver trade bar from Boulder's Gate.
Shut the hell up.
I'm not kidding. That's
Okay.
what it says.
All right, give it to me again. I'll
I
mark
read it.
down.
I'm like, no, this is not good.
All right, what was it?
Okay, you ready? It is 30 gold pieces, 120 silver pieces, 23 electrum pieces, 200 copper pieces, and a 5-pound silver trade bar with the Boulder's Gate treasury stamp on it.
So 5-pound bar of silver from Baldur's Gate. Got it.
Vindication for all the memeing that you've made us be doing.
Okay.
They like putting stuff under beds.
Let's
I don't blame
see.
you guys.
I'm
When
gonna
I write my own
move-
campaign, nothing's gonna be hidden under beds.
There will be
ever.
no beds.
I'm
Beds
gonna
do not
move
exist.
some corpses here really quickly.
Okay.
I would like to move one right here,
Right. What? Right
right
here.
where I'm standing. Yeah.
Sure.
Here.
I don't like you're arranging
Here.
corpses around the room. I don't know about this.
Here. And like right where Evelyn is.
Well, not anymore.
All right. Good. So, if we need to retreat for any reason, let's come back to this room.
Fair enough.
All right, I guess. I'll trust
Some
you
guys
then.
peek around the corner going, "Hey,
Uh,
did you guys get him?"
Yes.
Yep.
They see
Got
you
'em.
guys. Oh, they're holding scimitars. They both just drop them, put their hands up.
Okay, back up. For this guard Drake, eat your face.
And show us to your bedrolls.
They're all
Did
back.
you ever fill him in on the bed joke?
I think I've got it from context.
We found like we found like a kick-ass spell tome and something else under a bed.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the other thing was, but it was dumb. Like we just looked under on a whim. High-level wizard kept his freaking book there.
Cute. Not like
Uh,
a pocket
You
dimension.
got any jerky?
We maybe. Oh, you're actually what you're in right now is a storeroom. There's boxes of crates, like crates of food and alcohol everywhere.
Boxes of crates.
Yes, boxes. Of crates. Yeah, there's like this is like chock full of food, and like one of the guys is actually like points to like a crate over in the corner over here that just has jerky like overflowing out of it. That's a real bad investigation check.
Misha still
Misha doesn't
found it.
notice the jerky.
As all we hear is,
Misha has a plus 15 to jerky finding.
that's canonical.
I'm just gonna quickly disarm these guys.
Yeah, I mean the scimitars are on the floor.
All three of them.
Yes.
What?
Does Dragon Fang have anything interesting? I forget what these guys carry. One moment, please.
Okay.
Oh, good. She collects swords.
Yeah.
Wait.
That way I'm never disarmed.
Oh, what the heck is this thing?
Do you want them to fight us now?
The Dragon Fang didn't have a scimitar. He had a short sword and he had this orb. A green orb that he set on the ground.
No, I'll check that out.
Okay, it's a green orb made of glass. This is an orb of dragon's breath.
Oh, lovely.
But it's not actually a magical item. It's just a weapon these guys have, so you can't use it infinitely. I don't think.
I'll just put it in the party treasure page.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have an orb of dragon's breath. It's green. Because green dragon, sure.
Where'd you find this, son?
I mean, we got top. All right. Well, good job done here. And well, Giovanni's gone, so he's not gonna just murder them now.
Yeah. So what do you do with these guys who are not dead? Since Giovanni isn't here to obliterate them.
You guys are really making me miss playing my fighter. I could just still nuke him, no problem. Like I could wither him down, but I'm not playing that character anymore. So
Can we check the walls for like secret passages or something in this little area?
Sure.
Just
Make
to
an
see.
investigation check.
Sure.
Investigation or perception, whichever's better, I guess. That wasn't great. No secret
really
doors in
not
this
great.
room. You
Great.
think you might find one, and you start yanking on a crate trying to get it off, and then the crate spills over on you, and now you're covered in jelly.
Great.
So I can tell that this isn't magical, but this has something.
What, the orb of
This,
dragon's
this
breath?
orb.
It's...
I'll ask him. I will inquire to them as to what this wonderful green orb is.
I'm not telling you nothing.
Get off
Okay,
initiative.
and I feign dropping it.
If he lets it, you do that. I don't know.
He doesn't react to me pretending to drop it.
No.
That's fine. I can figure this out on my own time. Which one of them said that?
The one on the right.
Okay.
So we good here? Should we just skedaddle?
I'll ask him again. I'll give you one more chance to inform me as to what this does.
He sighs. Well, actually, make persuasion check. Come on, if we're playing a game here. I forgot how this works.
That's fine. I'm hoping to do poorly.
Let's roll a d20 for this guy. See what happens. He sighs. He hems. He haws. He's like, okay, it's orb of dragon breath. We've been trained to use these things to. You ever seen a dragonborn before? Or no, the dragonborn's something different. Oh, no, it is dragonborn, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, the dragon humanoids.
Okay, yeah, that's dragonborn. You ever met one of them?
Yes.
You know how they can blow.
Naturally.
Yeah. Well, this lets us do that a couple times a day.
How many times? A couple times a day.
Yes.
It regains its power.
When it's within our possession, because we are trained to push our essence back into it.
Your essence.
I'm bullshitting right now. This is me. Yeah. It's not a magic item. I'm like, this isn't like a permanent thing. I'll if you want to take this thing and use it, I will give you the 2 charges on it, and then I don't think you're gonna be able to recharge it.
So it's not like my wand on Giovanni that like every
No,
morning it comes
No,
back.
it's not.
Okay.
This is not a magic item. Like
Gotcha,
as
okay.
listed in the notes of this thing. Like this is just a weapon these guys carry.
That's fine. And you only have one? You said these multiple.
I mean, well, everyone who obtains the rank of Dragon Fang has one.
I'll be right back.
None of these guys are Dragon Fangs.
So, are we killing these people?
What a good question.
I feel like Galen wants to kill these people. I don't know why.
That would be incorrect.
No, honestly, and they just leave. If they can get through the spiders, I mean, good on them. They can. That's their prerogative at that point.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Plus,
so they're like, can we go? You said.
yeah, just go on ahead.
What
lead
do you
towards the
plan to
line.
do with the remainder of your life when you leave?
Not die here.
Well, in that case, I hope that I don't encounter you again.
They're like, yes, I hope that too. And they sort of scuttle, and then they bolt for the door.
Make good choices.
Bye.
Don't do drugs.
I'm gonna go down the other hallway.
Yep.
Which hallway?
The one
This
south.
one.
Yeah, stop. Let's see here.
Hammer time.
Make an investigation check. Everyone
Gosh,
else
Richard.
up back here for a second.
Hold up. I don't play
Wait.
D&D. I don't know how to do these things. Investigation. 24.
You step right here, and you notice that there's a glyph on the floor in front of you.
Interesting.
Ooh, the letter T.
What can I do about that? Can I tell its nature of magic or anything?
It's abjuration magic, I think.
As an Andy, I actually don't know what that means. So I'm just gonna treat it like you said, evocation. Great. Is it small enough that I can step over, or is it
Hang on.
like pretty big?
Hey, what's the holdup over here?
Let's
There's
see,
a
I just
giant
wanna-
T on the ground.
Magic seals. Let me.
Yeah, it's definitely abjuration magic, which you know is the school of magic associated with protection and stuff like that.
Oh.
You can step around it. I'll give
Okay.
you that.
I will step around it.
If you go
I will
carefully.
also convey to everyone to carefully
Oh.
please step around it. Okay, I'm glad that you have that. I was
Um,
looking for that desperately, and I don't have that.
It disappears. Clip's gone.
Poof.
Oh, that was probably an alarm.
Good job, Babby. You solved his trap puzzle.
Hee
Okay.
Well,
It was much worse than an alarm. In case you're wondering. Okay, as you step into this room, this is a lush, lush living space. In this rough-walled cavern, it's got art hanging from it. There are like a bunch of elven craft works. It's got rich carpets and tapestries hung up around the room. It features a hewn log bed, a large mirror, and a trunk.
I look in the trunk.
You just go straight for the trunk.
I'm just going in order of what you say in the room. I mean, I'm gonna skip the tapestries. I think we burned that bridge.
Literally.
well, what about the bed? What's under the bed?
I don't think you said there's a bed yet.
There's
did.
a hewn
Oh.
log bed.
Oh, my bad. All right, I look under the bed.
There's nothing under the bed.
Okay, I look in the trunk.
Okay. The trunk is unlocked.
Oh, really?
Would you care to examine this chest farther, Lucina?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Just make sure that there's nothing there. So, investigation, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
That's the trunk. I made the trunk.
Trunk looks good to you.
Yeah, seems perfectly fine to me. Like, it is a perfect trunk.
Oh, you can approach it and open it then.
You just gonna open it?
Okay. Just mage hand from like 30 feet away.
Yeah, the mage hand starts to lift open the lid of the trunk, and a giant needle comes and stabs through it. It dispels the mage hand. The trunk slams back shut. Just open just slightly ajar as it's sitting on top of the large needle that just jabbed your mage hand.
See?
I
Fine.
kind of poke Lucina in the ribs with my staff, and I say, "Do it again."
Yeah. That's kind of the point of this thing. Do it again.
all right,
It's
You
a
cast-
cantrip.
You cast mage hands again. Your mage hand looks back at you and kind of like it's like okay. It starts lifting it gingerly, and it just opens all the way this time, and the needle's still sticking out there, but.
What do we see
I'm
inside
sorry.
the needle trunk?
What actually happens is you recast the mage hand. The hand turns back, like flips back towards you, flips you the bird, and then opens it, and it's fine.
Wait, it threw the Kenku at me?
I hate everything. The show's canceled. We're done.
You hate-
Do you have inspiration?
Nope, because I burned that when I get it,
Ugh.
because I know you.
What's in the trunk,
Oh,
Richard?
by the way, I'm glad this came up. Talia, you definitely gained inspiration for your very clever use of control water from last session. I should have gave you that.
Hype.
So, good job. Okay, inside the trunk.
For my amazing use of water.
Inside the trunk. What's inside this fucking trunk? Is there nothing in this trunk? It was all a bait.
Well, there's a needle.
Yeah, that's it. It's literally just a bait. There's nothing in the trunk.
How big
Okay,
is that
so
needle?
what else?
Can I look for secret passages?
You
What
can.
drip rate of heroin can we find in going through this needle?
Well, you could try hooking up to yourself. and
How
find
much
out.
would this go for on the streets?
Here,
Like,
let me
please.
just do. Let me just do an
I
investigation.
don't know, poisons or.
Ah, yes, this is clearly some Mexican black tar heroin.
Poisons are really expensive.
Where is this?
But yeah, investigating for around the room with Talia.
There's a secret package. I'm just gonna give it to you. Yeah, everyone looks. There's a secret passage. You found it.
I
Good
knew
job,
it.
team.
Wait, I want to look at the rest of the stuff in the room. Like, are there any like pieces, like smaller pieces of art that would be easy enough to toss into a pack?
Sure, yeah.
Are they like actually written in, like, or like I'm basically
Yes.
saying, is there treasure? Okay.
How much of it do you want to take?
Oh, well, like what is there? Like what are we looking at, Richard?
There's like, there's lots of small crafts. There's large tapestries. There's huge paintings. You could probably grab like a number of knickknacks and stuff that'll fit in your pack
Yeah,
just fine.
I'm thinking a couple smaller looking pieces that I could shuffle into a bag. Nothing like bulky, like big and bulky.
How much does Galen know about the activities of the cult? What they're doing up to this point? He knows enough to come looking, right?
Sorry, enough to what?
He knows enough to come looking, right? Like he's heard enough that it intrigued him to come here.
Yeah, it would be, I would say that he's like well informed through reading, less informed through doing. Like obviously this is his first encounter with them, but like as to their purpose and their goals and their, their motives, stuff like that, I would say that would be
All right. Well,
kind of up to date.
you're okay. Talia and Evelyn know this, but you and Shen are probably clever enough to figure out that all this stuff's stolen. They've been raiding elven villages around, and they stole all this stuff. So I don't know that it figures into how much you're gonna collect and keep for yourself, but you know this is essentially stolen property.
I don't think I would know that. I don't think I care too much about luxuries like these. I don't pay much attention to them.
Okay.
But I am using one of the tapestries on the wall to clean myself like a towel because I'm all slimy.
Okay. You've
That's
taken
hilarious to
you've taken
see.
this beautiful like depiction of the elven goddess of waterfalls
God.
and forests and sunshine, and it's gonna covered in strawberry jam because that's
Wait,
your.
where did the strawberry jam come from? Did I miss something?
He
Yes,
failed
I
an
was-
investigation check looking for secret patches back in the storeroom real bad, and because of that, he just tilted an entire crate full of jam on himself.
Okay, is there?
That was like a dry shower. It was beautiful.
I would look to take
Here, let me
like
date. I'm gonna
one
date this
thing.
this video. Did anyone see the this week the selling of the Banksy piece that shredded itself on
Yes.
sale?
I did. That
Not
was
sure if it's-
hilarious.
It might be. The thing is, it might be worth more now.
Oh, I'm sure it's worth more now, but
I would say it's going to be. So are there like descriptions to these knickknacks written in, or is it just like, are you just making this
I
stuff
know
up?
what everything in this room's worth if you were to take all of it, and I'm just gonna.
I'm just looking for like descriptions of names, like something that would pop out to me, and be like, yeah, I could put that to use. But if there's not like actual, like if it doesn't say like
No.
a dagger of jade and this and that.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. It just describes everything in the room as being ornate and valuable, and you can grab however much of it that you want to grab.
Yeah.
What's in
So
here?
what'd you take, just out of curiosity?
Nothing yet. We'll see.
Where'd that little square go?
That was mine. I put it there by accident.
It was a bad square. It was a bad square. Okay, so this is
Equals
like
squares.
in here is like there's a small shrine. You don't know, unless barring a religion check, you don't know what the shrine's for. Let's see here. It resembles. You see a shrine. You see. Let's see here. You see a small pair of eyes peering out over from a dark wall above a small basin, and like this is part of the shrine. Like it's that's what's depicted here. You also see
Guys.
a journal sitting on a table next to the shrine. And
Guys, there are eyes on the wall.
Can I tell the religion of
oh,
the
Galen, yeah,
shrine?
you probably know what it is. This is for you see the small eyes peering out in the dark, and you know that this is a representation of the elven god, the Fenmarl Mesterin, the elven god of outcasts, scapegoats, and solitude.
I would probably know a bit about that god then. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Especially
might
as
be
a
familiar.
Kenku.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there anything else noteworthy that might come to mind
Journal.
about why this would be here? Who would
Mm,
put that here in this secret room?
you get the impression that the only person who uses this chamber is the person whose room you just came from.
Is the person that's what? Sorry, you cut out.
To whose room you just came from.
Cool. Sure, we can read the journal. I'll read it out loud to the rest of the party.
It's the journal of Nerovin, the gentleman elf you have tied up, being guarded by Skelebobs right now.
Oh shit, I literally have handcuffs and I didn't use them.
Why do you have handcuffs?
I saw it on the list of shit that I could have and I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. So I got them.
Okay, so
Lazy.
mostly this is just this guy ranting and raving about how he's been banished from his home and he hates his dad and his brother, and he keeps on referring to his poor father, who happens to be King Melandrach, who you guys know is the representative of the Elven kingdoms on the Council of Waterdeep. So yeah, this guy is a like banished Elven prince. Make a history check if you guys want. Yeah, Gillen, you know that everyone like in the Elven community thinks that this guy's dead. Like they banished him and then he went off and died somewhere. Except he didn't.
Interesting.
So, yeah. You also see him writing about the Green Dragon Mask that he referred to, and about how it's already safely secured in the Well of Dragons.
Great. Does anyone want to take this book? Going once, going twice.
I'll take it.
Okay. Richard, I want to go back in this room whenever you're ready.
Okay. Is everyone done in here?
I mean, I'll look for secret passages again.
Okay. You find one.
Is it
Really?
aside from the one I just came from, Richard?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, I just killed my
yeah.
campaign. I was laughing so hard I clicked back.
Rip. Galen's gone.
He
Wait,
laughs
so
so hard
yeah,
he
you guys
disappears into
this
the
opens
ether.
up into a large chamber. Kind of looks like a dragon might have been living in here. Yeah, there's a modest horde sitting in the middle of the room. Let's see here. The ceilings are 60 feet high. Yeah. There's just like a small pile of treasure sitting in the middle of the room, like over here. There's
All right.
also this pool of water.
I peer into the pool of water from the surface, from the side.
It's clear, which is weird because
Oh.
pretty much every time you guys have looked at water up to now, it's been this green, cloudy color.
Is it flowing?
No.
Lucina, would you care? Where is Lucina?
Jake, you still with us? He's muted. He must be doing something right now.
And I thought purify food and drink was a useless spell.
Can I force Lucina to check for traps while he's AFK?
Yeah, sure. I'll make an investigation check on his behalf. He doesn't see any.
Okay.
She doesn't see any.
I'll examine the trove.
Okay. I'm just gonna read you what's here because it actually isn't that much. Inside this hoard is 10 gold trays bars, once again stamped with the Baldur's Gate treasury symbol. You see 10 platinum pieces, 120 gold pieces. You writing this down, or should I stop talking?
I'm going. Go ahead.
Geez, sorry.
2,400 silver pieces, excuse me.
Okay.
8,000 copper pieces,
Okay.
and that's it. So yeah.
Okay. 8,000 copper, 2,400 silver, 120 gold, 10 plat, 10 gold bars.
Okay, I assume we're in the horde room. Sorry, I
Yes.
had a comedy of errors happen over here, so had to clean that up.
That's fine.
How much of this can we comfortably carry? Probably not the 8,000 copper. I don't know how much things weigh.
One.
Let me just do
There
a quick
actually
test.
is. Excuse me. There is a way to calculate this actually, because
10
coin.
copper is about a fifth of a pound.
So therefore, every coin weighs 0.02 pounds.
Okay, how about we
So
take
8,000 copper weighs.
8,000 coppers out of the question? It's 80 pounds, something like that.
It's 160 pounds actually.
Okay, so
I think it's actually
what? How
2
much?
per pound or per coin. I think that's how Roll20 calculates it. I think. I'll just look it up. real
It's
quick.
0.02 per coin.
Is it 0.02? Oh, Jake
Yep.
was right.
Yeah, I literally tested it in my character sheet. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we can take basically everything but the copper comfortably. The 2,400 silver is 48 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know about the
each
bars.
bar weighs 5 pounds.
Weighs how much?
5 pounds. So it's 50 pounds in gold bars.
Okay, I'm just gonna move everything over except for the copper to our
Actually,
party
wait,
treasure then.
that can't be right. No, it's
No,
not.
gold
It's
bars
super,
are really heavy.
They're small gold bars. Like
Is
these are.
Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, hang on. Because this is just gold we're talking about, so I should be able to just. It weighs as. What are these? It weighs 1 pound each. These are small gold bars.
That's very little. Okay, so that's like
This doesn't make any sense.
what's
Okay,
the value on those? Because that
I'm
would
just
be
gonna
like
tell you,
2 gold coins.
They're worth 50 gold coins each, which is
Okay,
weird.
I'm just gonna make it 500 gold for weight.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Sure. Because it doesn't make any sense that, like, I understand they're gold trade bars, which means they're currency and not like actual value, but gold should be worth gold. And,
Okay,
like,
so
it shouldn't be like this thing that's weighs 10,000 gold pieces worth of gold, and then it's
all the coins except
only
for the
worth 50
copper
gold
weigh
pieces.
60.6 pounds. So I'm just gonna move that all over. That seems reasonable.
Okay. Yeah. Just doing the math, I got roughly 48, actually 47 more pounds of capacity before I'd have to start dropping stuff.
Swords.
I only have 4 additional ones that I'm not currently using.
You know, I say we just ditch the copper. Let's be realistic about this.
Yeah.
I guess carrying 8,000 copper out, like, I don't think we would even, like, that's like, do you want 8,000 pennies for free? Probably not. Like,
I mean,
have fun
how much
carrying them
carries-
home.
How much can Misha carry?
Can we just have like a platinum guard Drake? Or a copper guard Drake, I mean. Anyways, disregard. I'm moving on.
Are there any scales or teeth in here?
No,
Huh.
those things don't just fall off of dragons.
He doesn't shed like an animal?
No, not
I know
really.
Misha sheds a little bit.
A little bit, but even the things that Misha sheds aren't like it's they don't really have the integrity of the thing that makes them dragon scales.
Okay, so
Hey,
what can I see about this water that's not moving?
You know what?
Was the water
Because
outside moving?
no.
Oh,
What do you mean
okay.
outside? Define outside.
Sorry, like presumably on the other side of this wall.
No.
Okay, so
It's
it
a
doesn't
pool.
seem
It's
that
a pool
strange.
of water. And now that it's clear, you
Okay.
can probably actually see from here that well, oh, well, yeah, like there, like you think you see like the shadow of like a tunnel.
Okay.
Oh, we can all breathe underwater, by the way.
Yeah, she did that earlier on.
oh, thank you.
Okay. I'm not going to go in that water.
I'm not
Personally?
either. I'm just.
Jump in.
Anyways, I'm ready to go back to this room whenever you're ready to talk a little, Richard.
Okay, we can talk about that room.
Okay,
Y'all wanna
I'm
check
gonna
it out,
fire
or
off
you
some
want me?
things, and I would like you to tell me if there's something that I would find in this room.
Because Evelyn just did this, I'm just gonna point this off real quick. Yeah, that tunnel leads back to like that main room where you had the big fight before. Like this is how Truth gets in and out. Is this tunnel?
Yeah.
Galen,
All right, let me know what I might find and what I might not.
listening.
Crystals.
Some,
Okay.
a few like
Of
gemstones.
okay, crystals or gemstones.
Gemstones. What kind of crystals are you looking for?
Like literally like crystalline structures rather than
Yeah, you see like a couple like decorative folk art type thing, like elven things. Like it's like there's some crystals like in bracelets. Like you ever like see like that like wire wrapped jewelry? Like it's some of that.
Actually, I'll DM you this stuff on Discord later and you can let me know. Like we'll just say that I would have taken some
Okay,
things.
that's fine.
Because that'll just be way better. Lead away, party.
Okay. Well, that tunnel was just that, a tunnel.
Big enough for a dragon.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Ah,
Well,
yes, the dead people. I had forgotten.
yeah. I'm assuming it was to either res them or to turn them into bombs or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
are we prepared to depart? Are we feeling happy with this cave?
There's not really much else we could explore, not even down south.
I think I'm stuck in a wall.
You are stuck in a wall. How did you do this?
I saved
I don't
Nisha.
know.
Abby, you are very, very talented to do that.
You can't
Thank
go
you.
through the wall, and you managed to put yourself through
So
the wall.
I'll stop the party in this room and I'll ask what's our next plan of attack? Where are we going? The two of you would know better than Shen and I.
I think we should return the prince to the council.
How far of a trip is that? Is that a long trip?
It's
Couple
a few
days,
days.
week.
You're not that
Okay.
far from Waterdeep. It's yeah, I would say it's probably a week or so.
Okay, I'm going to cast this.
Do you want more dead bodies? There's more.
5 is good. I'll just make up 5 more skeletons.
Very thematic for October.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
So
Send
do these
shivers down your
skeletons only
spine.
last an hour?
Yeah, I'm just basically having them walk with us.
Okay.
Basically moving corpses.
You have skelebobs.
Could I get one more in the northwest corner of this map, like just outside?
Oh, you saw these 3 down here.
Yeah, I know. And is this guy still here? Has he not pulled any funny business?
No,
That's good, thanks.
the skelebobs were awfully threatening.
Good. I like them that way. Okay. Neat. I guess that we will escort them out. Let's see, 3, 5, 8.
Oops. What
Oh,
have
I
done?
can't paste stuff. Okay.
Oh, I just found out how to do the thing that I've been trying to do forever.
Oh,
Apparently, you right click. You can if you're dragging your token, and you right click, that places like a thing where it's like I'm gonna move there, and then you can like it allows you to do movement in parts.
Wait, how do you do this?
Like pick up your token, drag before you drop it, right click. It should like place a thing in that.
oh, so it shows when you're moving. Oh, I see.
This is
Like
good
how far-
news because I like this has been a feature forever, and I thought you had to use the space bar to do it.
Richard, you get inspiration.
Yeah.
Don't give the DM inspiration. It's a bad idea.
Okay, I need one more corpse whenever you're ready. And then,
Oh my god, the corpses.
hey, you wanted them separate.
I would like to dive into the waterfall.
It's no longer. This is also clear water now too. Make an acrobatics check.
I would like to dive in and swim to the bottom of the waterfall.
You need to make an
Sorry.
acrobatics check.
Yeah, I didn't he ask you to make an acrobatics check?
I did not hear that. I apologize.
I wasn't sure if his roll 20 acting up again.
Man.
It was graceful as ass. It was not good. You tried to like do this like pirouette thing and like swan
Belly
dive
flop.
in, except you realized you were jumping through a waterfall to do this, and you just got like pummeled and pushed down like 20 feet, and like you just kind of bob back up, and it looked terrible. But you're fine.
I swim to the bottom and see if there's anything down there.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me.
I'll be right back.
Wow.
You find 3 gold pieces at the bottom.
Oh, I just leave them.
Okay.
Are there any cool shells?
No. In the middle of a forest on a beach. Oops.
Okay. Well,
So what you guys doing?
I would like to rest.
yeah, I think there's not much else we're really looking to do at this point, given that as far as we're concerned, the cave is clear, and the dragon's gone and scared of us.
I missed it. Did Abby pull a 1,500-year-old sword from the lake?
She did not.
No, she pulled the belly flop from a swan dive.
This is true. That did happen.
It's harder than it looks.
I mean,
Like, yeah, you did like the swan dive motion, and
But-
like as soon as the water hit you in the back as you leaned through it, you just like flipped it twice, belly flop, and got pushed underwater. That's how that went.
That's what I do in real life, so it's all.
Hey, you had mentioned something about handcuffs. Maybe put those to use, Galen.
we have handcuffs.
Yeah, I can put manacles on this guy.
It's 50 Shades of Green.
Oh, good lord. We're streaming this.
I'll see myself out.
And
Richard, you lost your inspiration.
I'm okay with that.
Manacles applied. I also DM'd you, Richard, whenever
Oh,
we
you
get
did?
to a break.
Oh, you did.
I just did it. Just, yeah. We can get to it later.
Galen, do you have hands?
Yes.
What do they look like?
Like bird
I don't know.
feet.
Hold on.
I'd imagine they'd look like, like bird feet.
I'm
But
Googling
instead-
this.
That just,
Oh, they look like hands. They just have claws.
Neat.
oh.
Like they have fingers.
Well, I guess the real question now is, do you have teeth?
Do birds have teeth?
I think some do.
I think
Teeth-like
geese do,
things?
I think.
Geese would.
Hold on,
with
I'm
their teeth.
scrying. Why birds don't have teeth? Nope. Nope,
Oh.
I don't have teeth.
Galen takes inspiration too.
So, oh god, that means you're like, so all right.
Wait, why do I get inspiration?
You made me lol,
Oh, cool.
and I don't hand it out often enough.
Okay.
Sure, take it away,
um,
damn it.
So
Stop
Special.
saying such shit jokes, Jake. It's not that hard. You know that
Okay.
that urge you get when you're about to say something stupid? Just don't do that.
I mean, but why? Okay, so unless we have anything else we want to do here, I think we're probably good to move on.
All right, you guys go ahead and straight back to Waterdeep. You going back to that? What's it called? The village that was totally fucking wrecked when you guys arrived there. What was that place called?
Let me look. Did I even write that down? Oh, Altand?
Yeah, that. Totally. Probably. Yes.
sounds right. Just so you know, as we walk along the path, I kind of have the skeletons off walking through the forest as we go, not literally just walking with a small army.
I wonder if any of
As
these.
I described it to Abby, basically ready to converge if necessary, but not nearby. Also, I would like to take a long rest before we go on too long of a trip,
Okay. Yeah, totally.
unless
You
anyone
guys.
notes.
It is
I'd
the
like
middle
to
of the
talk
night
to the group.
too. I forgot because that was the time you decided to run your assault.
Yep. We attacked at high midnight.
Great. Does anyone not want to rest?
I mean, I only need 4 hours.
I don't need to. I'll keep watch,
Give me a watch schedule.
Great.
at least to start. I'd like to get some sleep, but
Me and Misha first.
I don't need anything.
Okay, I mean, I can take the first 2 watches and someone else can take the last 2. Or
Sure.
some other people can take the last 2.
I got it.
I'll take whenever. It doesn't matter.
So what's the watch schedule?
I'm getting the first 2, and then Shen's getting the second, and Galen's the third, I guess?
Sure.
'Cause
And is Talia and Misha not taking a watch?
I don't see the reason why we need to, because everyone can take 2 watches because, only need 4 hours.
I'd like it if Misha stays up with me. Get a chance to bond.
Misha's gonna sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Misha's
he's-
tired. Misha almost died.
did we bring her jerky out?
Oh, I repacked some jerky.
I'm sure you did.
Mhm.
Okay. Who's on third watch? Evelyn? Make
No, that'd
perception check.
be.
It's
No, I
me.
think that'd
Oh.
be
Galen.
Wait. Galen. Yeah, he'd be the last one, so.
Okay, I just need to do math afterwards to basically rework my skeletons. All right, perception check.
Sure.
Where is perception? Alphabetical order. 10.
Do-do-do-do.
They're gonna have to sneak past a whole lot of skellies, though. Actually, 3, to be technical.
What's the passive perception on Skelly Bobs?
Passive of 9 each.
Okay. You feel a tap on your shoulder, and as you turn, it's that druid lady. She's like, "You guys, I see you got the elf boy here to clear the dragon out."
You could say that. I would appreciate it if you would not sneak up on us in the middle of the night.
Oh,
Just so you're all aware, Lorelai is here.
Oh, yeah.
She starts clapping a little bit, like excitedly, and a couple of the trees from in the forest nearby also start to clap excitedly just a little bit.
I order the skeletons to golf clap just a little bit.
They do. That's great. Everyone's clapping. They go, "Good job! I knew you guys could do it. I knew you guys were
What
the
is
right ones
this
for the."
racket?
we're the right people for the job. I'm trying to remember those actual garlands have long-term effects besides what's applicable here. Da, da, da.
So I can. Gosh, this is tough. All right, 2. So I'll maintain the. I'm gonna be playing with my spell slots while you do this.
Okay. Like, I mean, those garlands won't help you much going forward, but you can keep them if they like. They're rather fashionable, don't you think?
I don't actually. And then I throw it back at her.
She seems kind of hurt, like just slight quiver of the lip, and then she smiles again. She's like, "Well, you can't account for taste, I guess."
Well, you can. There's jam on that one.
Oh, there is jam on that one. And she quickly like does some quick magic, and jam's gone. She's like, "How'd you get jam on this?" And tosses it back.
Same
to you.
place we got jerky.
Oh, she goes, oh yes, I've heard of this jerky. I'm a vegetarian though.
Ah, so you hate plants. I got it.
She looks aghast. She's like, "How dare you?"
I mean, if you didn't hate plants, then why would you eat them?
She gets very defensive. She's like, "I have a very special relationship with the plants, okay?"
Okay, Richard, you can do accounting work if you want to skip my spell or follow my spell slots, but I have reanimated all 8 of my skellies.
You can keep doing that. Like, they don't have to be fresh
Yes.
bodies. Oh my god.
Nope.
So
I can. It's actually easier for me to maintain control of them than to just like make new ones significantly. But like for example, like tonight I had to burn a 3rd and a 5th level spell slot. So
And these things get just destroy like normal NPCs do. Like if I attack them, they just break and they're done.
until I mend them, yeah.
Okay, well, interesting.
But
I'm
yeah,
trying to
like
figure out what's keeping you from developing a literal army of 100 skeletons. Can you...
not much.
slot
That's why I
limit.
asked
That
you
was his
before I started
plan.
playing this.
Okay.
Also, I would I would appreciate it if we could just roll once for all the skeletons instead of rolling them individually.
That's fine, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna get unmanageable quickly. Okay.
So Lorelai, why are you here?
Oh, I just, you guys, it looks like you guys did a good job. I appreciate the fact that you did the thing I asked you to do.
This is interesting.
What are you doing?
While they talk with Lorelai and do whatever they're doing, I'm venturing back into the cave. And I'm gonna go over and I'm going to oh wait, do I have any more corpses? I do.
There
I
are
have
a lot
multiple
of
more.
before the
Great.
floating.
I was under the impression you guys kind of walked away from here.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, I was like,
Where did she meet us? Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. We'll find more corpses.
There, I'm move you back to the world map here. Yeah, like you guys moved in, like away from, back into the forest a bit. You're here-ish, I think.
I even labeled it for you.
Yes.
What, the Misty Forest?
Yep.
Also, I just noticed the Chateau of Viviani sitting out in the middle of the
Yep.
fucking ocean.
Well, I can't put it on the island. That would look dumb. That looks horrible.
Okay.
Do you feel a special connection to that place, Galen?
I'm sure
What
Galen
just
has
happened?
no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, yeah. So she's like, okay, that's all. Sorry to interrupt you. Didn't mean to be rude. And she gives Talia a wave. She's like, "Good to see you guys again."
I'm sleeping.
I woke you up.
Nope, that's not how that works.
Well, I'll give her your best.
It's like, oh, well, I appreciate that. Stop drawing tentacles.
It's the progenitor. That's where Roz is.
Yes, I know. So those are spoilers for later. Leave my tentacles out of the ocean for now. Good man.
Where would you rather them be?
Shh, quiet.
This is a Christian live stream, I promise.
It's fine.
All right, where are we going? Are we just traveling back to Waterdeep? Is that the plan?
Is that where the cult is headed? Or
Well,
we
it's where the
past
council
that?
is, and it's where.
the Elven Council?
Nope, you really don't know anything about this. Please explain.
We're
Someone.
waiting for the other two people to take control of the party.
The other two people.
I
mean,
was
I
under
guess
the
we
impression
could.
you all knew what you were doing when you came out here to help us.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard, my character's omniscient now. I lead us back to the council at Waterdeep.
You bust through the doors. Like, Galen's back. Everyone's like, "Who's Galen?"
They all draw their swords. Who the fuck?
Why
Okay,
is there
and
a
I
bird in the palace?
leave all my skellies in outside the city. Obviously,
Good call.
I hide them.
I was gonna ask you what you did with your skelebobs then.
Nah, I'm just like, as long as like we're somewhere that I can hide them in like a nearby wood or like command them to
Who did
lay in
this?
bushes or something. You get it.
Who did this? Jake.
The person that's got purple as
What?
their default color.
Jake.
What?
You drawing tentacles out in the middle of the.
I've done no such thing.
It's not you.
I don't see any tentacles anywhere.
Exactly. Let's keep it that way. I'm gonna play this entire game with the map zoomed out all the way, so I can delete tentacles as you draw them. Anyways, yeah, you arrive back in Waterdeep. As you approach the palace, Dellen Winterhound is there to receive word of what you guys are doing. Because how is the investigation in the Misty Forest? Also, who are you people? God damn it! Just stop.
I toss him the journal and push forward the elven man and say, "Here, we found this in the dragon cave. Dragon got away. These guys are new. What's next?"
Narrowman. King Melandrach is going to lose.
And by the
his
way, that wasn't mine.
goddamn mind when. All right. I'll get the Harpers, their agents, to start questioning this man immediately. I assume that we can expect no more attacks in the Misty Forest for the foreseeable future.
That may not be correct. Galen Knox, newest member of your dragon hunting team, I suppose.
Tied.
He reached out to shake your hand.
I shake it.
He goes, Kenku are often underappreciated, so to have you here.
That may be an understatement. The dragon was not slain. Wounded, yes. Slain, not.
I've heard reports that he took off towards the southeast at quite the clip. I don't think he plans to stay in the area for long.
The southeast, you say?
Hey guys, the Well of Dragons is down here.
Yeah,
Near the
that's what I
tentacle?
figured.
Oh, I thought they were going back to Greenest.
Because that's what Green Nest needs now.
Exactly.
Okay,
We've just
As a-
finished putting the town back together. This is a glorious day.
they cut the ribbon and it's blasted by poison. Did the blue
no.
one escape too at the beginning? Whatever happened to that one?
Yeah,
We never even fought that one, really, did
What
we?
blue one?
I
The
think
one
we
that was
killed
over
one on
Green Nest
mistake.
initially.
Yes, he took off.
Okay, so the blue, white, and green are all
You guys have killed
I mean,
one dragon so far.
great. That's okay. We'll be fine. Yes, I inform him that the dragon is. Well, I guess he knows. I guess he knows the dragon has been spotted flying towards the well of dragons.
He's the one who
Fantastic.
just told you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. And where would you recommend that we go next?
Says, well, Lady Elia is still waiting. To um, she was getting a little bit antsy awaiting your return. It seems that this is taking a bit longer than she anticipated it would take. But she's eager to get back towards to report back to the party she represents, the Council of Dragons, of Metallic Dragons. We could still very much use them on our side. You guys don't remember this, do you? There was a choice. You had two
I
quests.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember.
Okay,
Let's go talk to the dragons.
Let's go do the second side quest. Second primary quest.
All right. Does anyone do anything while they're in Waterdeep?
John's Club.
There's no John's Club in Waterdeep.
It's okay. I have no money anyways. It's all on Giovanni.
Let's establish one of their branches there.
Seriously, like let's just yeah, I agree. I feel like
Well,
there's
I have
some
to
good
visit
money
the
in it.
corporate headquarters
Where are the corporate
in the
headquarters?
Well of Dragons. You can
Side
only get there
quest.
once you
The
finish
Well
the
of Dragons.
campaign.
Holy shit! Plot twist. We've been supporting the cult this entire time. Oh no!
That would be so
What have we
funny.
done?
You
This-
take all of the profits from all of the magic stuff they buy and use it for the cult.
Oh
The-
God.
Where
It turns
all
out
your
this
dreams
entire
come
campaign's been
true.
about how evil capitalism is. Good job, guys. You figured it out.
Oh.
So what you're saying
We were
is
playing the scroll the whole time.
Wait. So what you're saying is we've become communist crusaders at this point.
Sure.
So no, Galen's ready to leave Waterdeep as soon
Is
as he
there
got
anything
there.
I could?
I'm ready to
Not
go.
really.
Get some cult destruction done.
Yeah. Okay. So he directs you towards Lady Elia, who is been staying in the palace somewhat impatiently. Upon seeing you guys, she's like, "Oh, finally, Jesus! Come on, let's go." And she starts walking out of the palace.
Well, it's good to see you too.
Okay, I will follow her.
She keeps going, is making her way towards the city gate. She's not even looking back for you guys.
So we're leaving the city. Cool. Got it. I like it. Have we met her? Who is she?
She was.
I-
She was the woman in the council who told you a little bit about this whole Drakhorn thing before you guys went up to. Was that her? I believe it was her.
We'll say it was her.
That told you about what this Drakhorn thing was before you guys went up to the north. And she recently revealed that she represents, or, has come to extend an invitation for the adventuring party to negotiate with the Council of Dragons on behalf of the the council. So you guys, the understanding is that you guys have diplomatic authority over what you're about the concessions and stuff that can be made with the Council of Dragons. And the council is willing to grant you this because they very much need the dragons on their side, or they would very much like them there.
Okay, so where are we headed?
Is it to the north?
Which city exit did she leave from?
Oh, she started walking towards the north gate, and is kind of making her way towards the Desserin River there to north towards the northeast.
Isn't there only one gate in Waterdeep?
Yes, but that's the
Okay,
road
good.
she starts
Whew.
going towards.
Okay, good. As we exit the gate, I command my skeletons to start following us in the woods.
I'm just trying to see if this is actually the same person.
And meanwhile, I'm freaking the fudge out of every deer in the woods that we pass.
Did you collect your skelebobs?
Yeah. No, that's what I just said. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm ordering them to follow us in the woods.
Elia sees you like collecting your skelebobs. She's like, ugh.
Oh, no. I'm not letting her see.
I mean, you're following her, are you not? Or what are you
Yeah,
doing?
but I'm not like I'm keeping them as out of view as possible.
Okay.
Like if there's woodland area along the path, I guess if we're going through like plains, that's something different. But
She like kind of arrives like in a clearing, like a large clearing, and she's like, okay, how many of there? There's 4. Of course, the guard Drake. 5 of you? Okay, cool. And she like waves her hands, and she's like, and you all feel weightless for a moment, and just as she's like, okay, come on, let's go, and her body rises in the air, and she starts taking flight towards the northeast.
what?
We
You-
Supermaning this?
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I'm not very excited about that either.
No, I am. I'm like spinning around and stuff. This is great.
She rises in the air about 50 feet and looks back and says, "You guys coming?"
Yes. Yeah. How much damage could I do by flying at someone and shooting them?
How much damage could I do by counterspelling her flight spell?
How much damage can I do?
That's
by
not-
this
She hasn't even told us where we're going yet. No, I'm not
She's like,
flying around
"Listen,
with her.
we're going to the
I'm
Nether
flying into you.
Mountains. They're up there. This is the fastest way to get there."
Okay.
I'm down. I follow.
Sure.
She's like as she's like floating there, she's like fiddling with her robe. She's like, "Ugh, this form, I hate this." She's like, come on, be cool." And then she, as like a polymorph on her breaks, and she is a silver dragon and starts flying towards the northeast.
What the fuck? Hello? Everyone else is fine with this, though.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
no, no big
now
deal,
I'm with
yeah.
you on this. This is
I'm with it. It seems like the good move. I know.
Whatever.
She
I
looks
guess
back
I'm
one more time. She's
fine.
like, "I told you, you guys are going to speak to the Council of Metallic Dragons. What did you expect?"
Dragonborns.
No, that is not what I meant.
Hey, I cast polymorph on myself
And become a tiny dragon.
and become a gold dragon.
Can you do
Can
that?
I do that?
I think you have to
can
be
do
your
that.
size. I don't think you can go up in size. So you'd be a tiny dragon.
An unwilling creature must
A
make a
baby
wisdom
dragon.
saving throw. So I have to be unwilling in my own spell? God.
I think for polymorph
Okay,
and stuff like that,
fast
you should
travel.
will.
Otherwise, you're making yourself a druid, which isn't cool. You can't just make yourself a druid. All right, yeah. So you guys start taking off at a good clip towards the Nether Mountains.
Oh wait, I want to be a bird.
Okay, what kind of bird do you want to be?
I want to be a finch.
No,
You're a
you should have been a
finch.
Kenku.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, this Kenku flies, man. It's for real. You're the first Kenku you've ever known who's flying. How do you feel?
I'm not happy about it. I just left all of my skeletons behind.
Yeah. I didn't
you feel
realize the
like-
implication of that until the point where you hit the clearing. This is
I
good
don't
for me.
believe you.
Look,
yeah.
all that means is
Roll for perception or insight.
So I could do this if I was level 10. I could become a young gold dragon, but
Alas, you are not level 10. Are
speaking
you?
of.
Shouldn't
you
be
never
pretty
gave us
close.
XP
Yeah,
for
you
last
never gave
session.
us.
Yes, you're right. 7550. That's how much XP you all gain from that.
Wait a minute.
What's the? Is it 6,200 for level 10? Or is it 64?
I don't know. 64,000, you mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe pull up the player's handbook.
7,500.
That might put me to level 10.
It might. Let me just check.
Oh no.
PHP
40.
levels. yada, yada, yada.
64,000.
I thought it was 64. I didn't. I don't know why it would have been 62, but it just stuck out. I'm just shy.
Rip. How shy are you?
About 1,200.
Mm, okay.
I
Well,
feel like that
you don't
extra
need those
would go
levels
to
right now.
Evelyn
Well,
or Talia's.
Well, I could have been doing basically a fireball a turn with skeletons, but oh well. Okay, let's fly.
all right. So, oh wait, I screwed this up. You are not flying. She transforms into a dragon and offers to fly you on her back. That's what happens here.
Bring your skelly bobs.
Way less excited.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, I'm still going.
I'm still Finch.
Cool.
And then I write Galen out of the story for not abandoning his skeletons. Rip.
You
Comes
can hop on their
Giovanni.
backs.
Could you guys imagine Giovanni at this point?
He's on
What
a boat.
the?
He'd be stabbing the dragon right now.
Pretty much. All right, let's go. Let's fly on the dragon.
Okay, so yeah, she pretty much flies for 2 days straight and brings you up to the Nether Mountains and like pretty much like it's not like quite a peak. It's just kind of a cave built into the side of one of the mountains. It's sort of tucked in and like brings you across a landing like just like jutting out from the cave. She's like, okay, we are here.
Here being the Witch Mountains.
The Nether Mountains. You guys are up. Yaw.
Got it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? What was that?
Don't bullshit me. Someone knew it was there. It's not important anyways.
It wasn't your color. I'm inclined to believe that you put it there.
You guys can write in whatever color you want. You can't fool me. I know how this works.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Want to bet?
Anyways, yeah, they bring you into a cave. Oh.
I think I fool you.
What'd you do?
Shen can fool the metaphysical.
With no.
Anyways, let's get back with the program.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Fly you in, and she quickly like scurries into the cave and moves up to like I want to say it's like a pedestal. Like think this is like a judge's chamber almost. Like there are 5 raised platforms, of which 4 are currently occupied by, you guessed it, dragons of every color on the spectrum, of the metallic spectrum. So the far left, there's a gold dragon sitting there. Next to him, a brass dragon. The silver dragon you had been riding on takes position in the center. There's a bronze dragon to her right, and a copper dragon at the far right.
Dang, Brutus would love this.
All right, so here I'm going to give you their names real quick.
I wonder how many skeletons I can make from a dragon corpse.
One big one.
Would you like to announce that loudly and see how these negotiations go?
I could only make one normal sized skeleton. I don't know how that works, but second edition was a lot cooler. You could just make like giant skeletons.
So male gold dragon, male brass dragon, protanther, and Eleuthera. And this is the one that you guys just wrote on, who has a really difficult name. Otari Liakarnos? She has a fucking weird name. Female silver dragon.
All right, Wizards of the Coast. Let me tell you about some names. You know, I think the hardest thing you can really go with is something like Giovanni. If you're going to go naming dragons, a what the hell,
Right?
guys?
This is why I did not refer
Give
to it
us
by name.
something better. Like, go into your break room, pick half a dozen people, look
My
at their
name
name
is
tags.
Atari Leocarnos, but you may refer to me as Karen.
Yeah, that seriously.
Wait. But reading through another book, that one of my favorite characters' name is literally just sound of television static.
Like, Protanther is fine, guys. But come on.
All
Who are you trying to fool here?
What race is everyone?
Ken
What elf?
Half elf.
Human.
Shen's human.
I mean human.
He is indeed a human guy.
You could say that.
I mean, he's not in armor though, so
Richard, let me roll dice so I don't lose my inspiration.
Well. Wait. What do you mean?
Nothing.
You have to make bad jokes, so is this happening here?
I
Anyways,
think we could kill 5 dragons.
oh boy.
We
That
could
is not the
kill
goal
one
here.
dragon.
Please do not turn this into a combat encounter.
Sorry, if Giovanni was here. Were we changing maps, by the way, or are we
I
still
No,
on the
we're
lower
staying
one?
on this.
We can do it.
Okay.
That's code for you're not supposed to be fighting the dragons. And the Protanther on the left says, "Welcome, humanoids. Thank you for joining us in this council. Even you, Wood Elf." He kind of seems put off by just Evelyn's presence. Says, "We understand that we understand the gravity of the return of Tiamat, and we are willing to work together to do this, assuming we can come to some sort of agreement. You have been summoned here because you have made the most progress in fighting this scourge. And what are you doing?
Richard, do what you gotta do.
You've made the most progress in fighting the scourge. We respect your abilities, and if we're going to negotiate terms for our assistance, you're as good as any to fill that role. That being said, I don't much see us coming to any sort of agreement. There's too much history to account for here. What's up?
Not much. What about you?
Sorry, just answering other people in the room. Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how this game works. There are pretty much 4 moods that these dragons can be in. It ranges from friendly. There's friendly, neutral, cautious, and unfriendly.
Hungry. Oh, I like hungry more.
We have turkey.
and then there's the 5th
So-
unspoken one.
Love.
No, it's actually trying to summon Tiamat. That's an emotion for them.
So, I'm not going to tell you what your terms for victory are here, but I will tell you at any given time what the attitudes of these 5 dragons are. So that being said, for reasons that aren't really apparent to you immediately, Protanther seems awfully unfriendly. He seems put off. Also, Eleuthera, the brass dragon, greets you as well. He says, "Let's see here."
Says what?
He says, "I'm currently on. I think you folks can be an asset. I'm sure whether you can be trusted or not yet. But we'll see how this conversation goes. as we continue here. Let's see here.
We couldn't do this before we lost the paladin with high charisma who was worshipping dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't worry, guys. I have an obscenely high charisma of
he is currently
7.
neutral. The brass dragon is currently neutral. You've just from your interactions with Karen for the last 2 days, you know that she is neutral. Oh wait, oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, she's hostile.
No, she's not.
So what I'm hearing is that I have the option to TPKS here if I run my mouth.
Pretty much, yes. Nympher, the bronze dragon. He goes, "We are all made in the image of Bahamut. Even you humanoids. I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement. He is currently friendly."
Richard, I think your mic sensitivity is really low because you're cutting out a lot. But it's not like lag; it's just
okay.
mic sensitivity.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is everyone with me so far? And so in order right now. Well, here, let me talk about the copper dragon too. This is a female copper dragon. Dude. She says, "Oh yes, I like humanoid races, specifically humans. I've spent a good deal of time living among them. I'm not sure how reliable you folks will be in a fight, though. So we'll have to see how this goes. You'll have to convince me. She is neutral."
Okay,
goes,
I'm just gonna go on.
How? Okay, and Protanther says, "All right, say your piece. Why should we help you?" All right, so I'm gonna run down that order again. Protanther is unfriendly. Eleuthera is neutral. Karen is neutral. Um, Nightmare is friendly. Um, Tam McKella is neutral.
Okay. Well,
Nisha, you should go ahead and tell them.
I should probably not do the talking with a total of 7 in charisma, giving me a -2 modifier.
This is
Hey,
going to be
that's
less about
Misha's
making
charisma.
charisma checks, and this is more going to be about what you're willing to give up to make them happy, just so you know.
Okay, there's this nice chateau out in off the Sword Coast. It's owned by a certain Vivian.
Get out of here.
I'd like to tell them that I have no real interest in money, and so I've acquired a small, amount from a recent hoard. And if they'd like it to secure their help, I'd be very willing to give it up.
Wait, we're trying to get their help? I thought they wanted our help.
I
You're.
think they want our help, but they're stubborn.
Yes. Well, you're.
That's what I'm getting.
Metallic dragons are very stubborn. You are trying to convince them that your humanoid factions can be of help in their campaign, and that you're worth working together with.
So we should fight them to show them that we can fight.
No.
I think Protanther speaks up and he says, "I'm not sure what can be gained here. These lesser humanoid races, they're short-lived. They don't necessarily understand the gravity of situations, but those elves, they live a long time, and they make decisions that affect the world. And here they send an elf before my presence to negotiate on behalf. Do you know what your people have done, elf?"
Probably some of this, some of that. Probably a bit of everything, actually.
All right, can you just hold on
That's
1
not
second?
good.
All right, I back. Roll for initiative.
One second, guys.
No, just kidding.
Now, is that supposed to be a dragon on the map, or is that a dinosaur?
All right, I'm back.
I think it's an anteater with a
Hmm.
long tail.
It's a giraffe.
It's an elephant.
Okay, well, Protector continues. Tell me, what elf? How old are you?
It's currently insert year here, so what, 24 something?
Okay, and he says, well, from the mouth of babes, he says, but still, you're kind. Um, there are elves alive today who worked on a project. They developed magic that they call the Dracoridge Mythal. It was, I suppose, before your time, but still, this magic drove dragons mad with rage, and it was developed uh, by elves in the High Forest. And I know that a certain King Melandrash presides over them now. I don't see us getting anywhere unless I get a personal apology from the king, and reparations are paid. Tell me, elf, you think you can swing that?
Definitely.
He considers
Roll
you.
for deception.
I'm
He
sorry,
considers
what?
you and says, really? Alright, so be it. Perhaps there's something we can work on after all. And he sort of sits back. Prothanter is now he is now neutral.
I did my part, guys.
Alright, so just running on the list, you are neutral, 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 friendly, neutral.
We won.
Okay, so next up we have the guy who just wants to kill us all, I'm assuming.
He wants to kill you all?
I don't know, but I'm assuming that the next person's going to have some sort of bone to pick with us. I don't know how, but they will.
Everyone's neutral, and then we have one friendly. So
Okay.
maybe we talk to the friendly person, Nymer.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, he regards you. He says, how? Okay, what would you like to say to him?
Probably just that I respect his kind and the wisdom that they bring, and that's something that like that I and the people I grew up with strive for, and so I respect him for that.
All right, I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Yeah, just pay like dragons in general a compliment about how wise they are and how that's something that the monastery that I grew up in respects.
He goes, oh well, your
And then
monastery is wise indeed.
yeah, and just say like maybe that like represents the people that I stand for that I'm trying to um protect by bringing down this cult, and that they would be able to help that.
He goes, oh well, I understand absolutely. As a matter of fact, good night. Okay, I will. Sorry, my girlfriend's going to bed. I just wanted to wish her good night.
Good night.
Anyways,
Can I?
regardless, he goes, you don't need to tell me. Us metallic dragons, we are made in Bahamut's image, but you humanoid races, you must consciously turn away from evil, and for the most part, you do. I'm rather impressed by you folks.
All right, I thank him, and then ask if he can help us convince the others, who I realize can hear this, but
Well, he goes, well, yes, but everyone has their own biases. Everyone seems to be upset by something or another. We dragons live long lives, and we don't always let things go so easily. most of them have their own bones to pick, and they won't sign on with those things unregarded or disregarded. However,
Sure.
there's if there's anything you can offer us to freely, if there's anything you guys would like to offer us, I'm sure we can negotiate something that will be mutually beneficial. You know, our kind don't like being called on to do the work of all the civilizations just to be shunned back to the mountains once we're done to have nothing to gain from our hard work.
You speak of being shunned when you speak to a Kenku. How ironic.
He says, I understand, little one, but I'm sure you're not doing this for free either.
You're sure what?
That you're not doing this for free either. You still with me? Am I good? Am I like cutting out? What's happening here?
Little
You're
bit
cutting
spotty.
out.
Alright, maybe it's my mic. I don't know what's going on with my mic right now. Hello?
Hello.
That's better.
Okay. He says, I'm sure you're not doing this for free either, so why should we?
I have little to gain. My wings have already been torn from me. I can no longer travel the sky as you can. My race has been condemned to the hills to no longer socialize with humanity unless they risk death, similar to yourselves. And last I checked, you are the ones that called upon us into these mountains. You are the ones that flew us here.
We sent you
Seems
an
that
invitation.
you have equally as much to gain.
We sent you an invitation, nothing more, nothing less. I am confident that we can reach agreement. However, my 4 compatriots here are less so. You would do wise not to pick at me for what you wish to gain here.
So
Okay,
we are
then
friends.
Eleuthera. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Okay. Well, then, just going off of what he was saying, and then addressing Eleuthero, I think it is.
Okay.
Um,
The
yeah,
the
just-
the the brass dragon.
yes, the brass dragon. Just asking her what
Him.
or him, I think. Yeah. What do you have a bone to pick or something that you have on your mind about the races we are?
He goes, well, I am less inhibited here than the rest of my compatriots. I more care for. I'm less about old grudges and more about thinking about the future. And the future is, I see a potential danger in the future. I understand that these cultists that we're coming together to discuss have been collecting certain masks, dragon masks of all the chromatic colors. These are very dangerous. I would ask that you promise these masks to be given to us once the conflict is resolved, so their power may never be used by humanoid races again.
Done.
Okay.
Not a problem.
He goes. He seems pleased. He says, "Wonderful. If as long as you are willing to do what is necessary to make the world safer later on, I find this all very agreeable." He is now friendly.
We are. That is our goal from the start. We are friends of dragons and drakes alike, as you can see Misha here. And Misha does a little bow.
He does.
So
He
we're...
bows deep, actually.
Oh, good job, Misha.
They kind of look down and says, "Is this your pet?"
He is not a pet. He is a companion.
Misha looks up and he speaks and he says, "They have treated me as a companion. I am given much respect among this group." They all seem very impressed, actually. Choose one of them for whose mood you'd like to increase. To be clear, right now
Uh,
you are neutral, friendly, neutral, friendly, neutral.
I
let's
mean,
go with Protanther.
I was about to say gold team rules.
Okay. He says, excellent. You were wise to see the value of dragonkind even in its smaller forms. So you are friendly, friendly, neutral, friendly, neutral.
Okay, so we just need to work on silver
Okay.
and copper.
Also, we are trying to help dragons become a more accepted part of society. We have done this by donating 2 dragon eggs to a local city to help them grow and love dragons.
They look at they consider each other and says, you have given eggs of our kind to control by humanoids.
Oh, you know your kind cannot be controlled by simple humans.
They
They will
can
just
be
be
if they're
raised
put in
together.
chains
No, I
and they're
think they said they
small.
weren't going to do that.
They don't know how to consider that. There's actually there's like a little bit of dissent among them. You like they're integrating them within their society. And they say, but no, they're looking at them as tools that can be controlled. And one says, these are chromatic dragons. How do we know that they're not built in Bahamut's image? How can we know that this will be a good thing? And like there's like they're like bickering amongst themselves.
As you know, we have many years to see what happens. I think it will be beneficial for both dragon and humankind. But time will tell. You, me, and Lucina here have hundreds of years to see how it turns out.
They think on this and they say an experiment, one that we'll watch with interest, but we are not without concerns. None of their moods change.
Understandable. Well, shall we have a vote?
Uh,
Or should we address anyone's claims or anyone's
concerns, anything like
concerns?
that.
Yes.
What's that?
We haven't heard from Karen or
Ota.
the Tasmanian Devil.
All right, each again, I'm gonna show you behind this. I don't think this is particularly well designed, so I'm gonna sort of let you peer behind the screen here. There's pretty much a thing that you can do for each of these people that they are very particular about. However, there's also general like sessions you can make, like things you can offer them that will increase their. You can like just like very general things like anything you can think of that they might like, and if I agree that it's a good concession, you can choose one whose mood you want to increase one step.
Offer them jerky.
I mean, you can do that.
Can't they just vote now? It's 3-2.
I mean, what if one of them's on the fence?
I don't know. I got what I did.
I did what I could do. Ah,
Perhaps we could hear from Taz Mikella about her stance on the matter.
Okay. Let's see
Yeah.
here. She speaks up. She says, "Oh yes, well, you should know that I agree that something must be done about these chromatic dragons. However, I am not convinced that this is a fight that can be won at our current state. There would be massive casualties on both sides. I am not sure this is a fight worth fighting now."
Do you think the cult will grow weaker with time?
Um, Perhaps not, but information is key here. Ooh, here's a thing I need to do real quick. Let me just start sorting through your character sheets. Don't mind me. Let's be looking at some stuff. He's not here. Let's see here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh,
Failed
I
your
got it.
investigation.
Use Taz McKellar kind of peers down and is looking at Talia. He's giving her a curious look, and he says, "Excuse me, that bow that you have on your back. Where'd you get that?"
Sorry, what was that?
This is directed towards Talia.
Oh, she stood up for a minute.
Damn
I'll
it.
answer for her.
I'd rather she do it.
No,
Okay.
I know. I'm just playing around.
No, don't worry. I'll answer for her. This bow was passed down generation to generation by my grandpappy to his grandpappy to my grandpappy to, well, my father, but then it just kind of like disappeared for like 100 years.
When the world needed it most, it vanished.
And then the
Ever
Fire
since
Nation
Tiamat
attacked.
has been on the rise.
100 years later, we found a new bow.
In an iceberg, right?
Exactly.
You
Uh,
know,
no.
if we had delayed when she got that bow by like a month or two, that would actually have been accurate.
Yeah.
We found that bow after the hunting lodge, I think.
Nope.
No, before.
Was it before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does anyone
still.
remember
Okay.
when that bow actually came into existence? Because she's probably not going to.
I remember when it came into existence.
You just.
Yeah.
And she was led by
By a deer.
an elk or a
There
deer
you go. Yes, that is correct. That
into
did
a
happen.
long abandoned temple as the rest of the hunting group ran around in circles in the forest.
Thanks to me.
That was good work. Yes. Is she coming back anytime soon?
Probably in a minute.
Okay,
You two.
we'll double back to this. Does anyone want to
Yes,
talk
right.
to Karen?
Yeah, I don't want to call her Karen though. If that's
Okay.
all right.
We're calling
Abby
her
Richard
Karen.
was talking to you when you walked away.
Rude.
Okay, she's back. Almost. And go ahead.
So sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so yeah, the female copper dragon on the end there, Taz McKella, was referring to you, and she gave you a curious look, and she says that bow on your back, where did you get it?
A magical spirit that looked like an elk gave it to me in the forest.
Is that so? She
Yes.
ponders it for a moment. She says, "I recognize this bow.
Oh,
It
really?
once, yes, it was mine."
Oh,
Uh,
do you want it back?
She's like, "As a matter of fact, I would. It was stolen from me quite some time ago."
Oh, I had no idea. Here, you can take it.
Okay, you hand the bow to her, and she is now friendly.
You're welcome.
Giovanni cringes a few thousand miles away.
All right, so now the only one. It is friendly, friendly, neutral, friendly, friendly.
Talia, do you want my bow now?
Oh, it's okay. I'll find another one. I'm sure there's plenty of other deer out there.
That's the normal MO for
Goodness.
deers to hand out ethereal bows as they go along.
I mean, I'm in Michigan. I see deer all the time, and they just hand them out like candy.
You gotta send me one of them.
Yeah, well.
Do you know how much I would love to just find a nice, like, recurve bow sitting in the forest? Do you know how stoked I would be, IRL?
We
I
don't
haven't
have
fired a
enough
bow in a
deer
long
here.
time.
I had a deer outside my window
I-
the other day. You know it.
Can I talk to the one who just took the bow?
Sure.
Do you want to know what the thing that gave it to me looked like?
No, she considers like, yes, that would be of interest to me. Yes.
Okay, I'll use wild shape to turn into that deer.
Okay.
Or elk.
Glowing golden and all.
Oh yeah.
I don't
And
believe
then I'll
that.
go.
She seems amused. She goes, "Huh? I don't believe that. That's the being that stole it from me. But perhaps they can't happen upon it later. Regardless, thank you. I appreciate it."
I'll nod.
Okay. And she kind of like shoves the bow back behind her. "I'm gonna take you home later."
How does the dragon use the bow?
And she's like, "Listen, it's not about the use of the bow. It's about the
No, I was
principle. It was
asking
my
you.
goddamn bow."
I'm still an elk. I didn't say that.
Okay.
So
Last
should we
one, bold
talk to
said it.
Karen, or should we just put it up to a vote? He whispers.
You guys aren't whispering much back to each other. Oh my god, dead air. Someone
Hey
say
guys,
something.
I got 2 out of the 3 dragons. Can you all just pick it up?
No. Nose goes. Who won?
I've been touching my nose this entire time.
He's such a liar.
Oh. All right, Richard. I
Says
think
the
it's
one
you.
man in the room who has another person there who can confirm what he is and is not doing with his nose.
Well, Abby's sitting over on the bed playing with a machete, so
That's totally normal. That's fine.
I'm serious. She's sitting here.
I believe you.
Anyways,
Okay, so Atara Leah Kakarnos. What do
Okay.
you think about the whole thing?
She thinks, she considers. She goes, "I believe it is time to strike too. I believe that we can work together. I just wish those dwarves weren't part of the equation. They can't be trusted."
Dwarves?
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
Ah,
We don't have any dwarves in the party, right?
You have no dwarves in the party. Side note, this is why she is neutral to you and not unfriendly.
Can I ask what you have against dwarves?
Oh, you know. Uh, dwarves killed my niece. She was a nice girl.
Oh,
They didn't have a good
that's,
reason
I'm
for it
sorry for
either.
your loss. Oh,
Oh.
It's fine. It's been a few centuries now, but I haven't forgotten. And neither have some of those dwarves.
I have a friend who can resurrect things. I'm not gonna
Oh, we are
promise
much
it'll be
past
the
that point.
same. Okay, fine.
I have nothing to offer these dragons.
I can't think of anything else I would want other than that apology that I can totally get.
I mean, I can promise to talk to a leader of the dwarves at some point and see if I can get a formal apology if that would
Oh, would you?
soothe your anger towards them.
Um,
I could give it a shot.
a brief reminder for the party members who were there. You know that guy who's a total dickhead during all the council meetings? That's the dwarven ambassador.
Thrognir?
No. Um,
His grandfather?
what was his name? His name is Ambassador Brunnaval. And he says, "Well, an apology is good. However, I'd really like the skin of my niece back. As I understand it was pulled apart and used to make armor for some dwarven noble."
Do you know the noble's name?
No, I'm sure someone up in Mithril Hall can tell you, could point you straight to it though. Those dragon scale mail is held in such high regard. So highly desired. I'm sure you understand.
Of course. What did your niece look like by chance?
Oh, she was a silver dragon like myself. Believe me, I'm sure there's not too many sets of armor made with silver mail.
Well, I can promise to try to get it back for you.
If you tell me you're going to bring it back for me, I expect that. There is no try here. You make promises or you don't.
All right. Yeah.
You're
Sure.
promising.
If I will promise you the suit of armor that was at one point the skin of your niece. Sure.
I guess. Oh yes, and an apology would be nice alongside of it. But yes, thank you. And she is now friendly as well.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
All right, talks for a success. Let's go. We got everything good.
All right, so you're gonna let them deliberate now. And...
Yes,
Yes.
take your time.
I think that's best.
Should we
Okay.
hike down the mountain somewhat, or what should we do?
I think we have to wait.
Okay, so they sort of like, they're like quick sidebar, and they like huddle up real quick and they're like whispering as quietly as dragons can.
Do they have a lobby we could wait in?
Well, after like men, they're like, okay, humanoids, you are certainly capable, and this is certainly mutually beneficial to approach this problem together. You can tell your council that you can rely on our support. We won't forget if promises are broken, though. And Protanther says, I very much expect that apology from King Melindratch. And Eleuthera says, and we very much expect that those dragon masks are returned to us. And Karen pops up and says, and yes, I would very much like the scales, my niece's scales back, along with a apology from your dwarven ambassador, Bron Neville. Do you understand?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So be it. And Karen steps down off her pedestal and volunteers to fly you all back down to Waterdeep.
Cool beans.
All right, you make that 2-day trip back, and she lands in that same field outside of Waterdeep, and drops you off. And I think this is a good point to break for our session.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Good job, guys. You recruited the dragons. I
Yep.
can't wait for the next council meeting where our dwarven gentleman is very angry that he has to submit a formal apology to some dragons.
It's okay. I'll pay him a lot of money to do it.
And don't worry, I'm just going to get to work on forging the apology from a person I didn't know existed.
You've met him
I
several
do
times.
happen to be an expert
have?
at forgery.
Yes,
Beautiful.
King
Oh.
Melindratch,
Hoping
he's on the
someone would be.
council.
Oh, even easier then. I thought I was going to have to fake this thing. I was like, I can definitely do this. It will take years, but I'll make the perfect forgery.
Yeah, no,
Galen said
you
he's an
know the guy
expert.
they want the apology from.
Okay.
Is this one of those quests where you go to someone and then they want someone from something else, and then you go on like this big long trail getting stuff?
No,
from
this
people
is
so
the
you can get
one where
thing in
you
the
make
beginning?
concession to some dragons, and the people you make concessions on behalf of are really angry at you for it, and you hope that you can cheer them up enough that they'll still support you in the end.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Or Galen will just duplicate it all for us.
Oh,
Da-da-da.
Galen, you know, you don't understand. These are supposed to be in-person formal apologies.
Dang it.
I understand
Where's
everything.
Raphael?
I didn't make any promises.
This is true. All right. So we're gonna stop playing D&D for now. Cool. I don't know. I'm just want to discuss future things. I'm totally still want to contact Andy, or no, not Andy, Vaughn and Kai about rejoining us for the conclusion of this. So that's something that we can look forward to. Hopefully, I haven't actually talked to them yet, but hopefully that's something we
Yeah.
can swing. I For anyone who's watching this later, I make no qualms about telling you that I very much base much of what I do on the work of others. Primarily, like I take a lot of inspiration from the Adventure Zone, the way they do stuff. I was recently I'm working through the backlog of Friends at the Table. Has anyone listened to that? Out of curiosity,
Nope.
they
Nope.
do some cool storytelling stuff, and they're the kind of the ones who like um that like they run a bunch of Powered by Apocalypse games. Like I got very much into the idea of cyberpunk because like I started listening to their campaign they were running Counterweight, which was very interesting from a sci-fi perspective. But they recently were going back to a fantasy environment, and they played a game called The Quiet Place. Or no, I'm sorry, not The Quiet Place. That's a film. It was called A Quiet Year. Um, and basically, it was a game about drawing a map of a community, and that like it ran through a year and how that community evolved over a year. So I'm just thinking of setting up our dungeon world game that we might be playing at some point, and hopefully in the not too distant future. um so just running our own sort of campaign out of there that's not pre-written and stuff, and I think that'll be fun. I'm thinking a quiet year might be a good game session to run just to really establish a fiction about a starting city, like a home base area that they'll have something that has a lot of color to it that we don't have to write ourselves over just like sitting at a table and just looking like, oh, it'd be cool if there was a weird priest thing here. I think it's a good way of establishing a community that's like that feels very alive because we created fiction for it. Um, it's basically it's really just a narrative game where we sit down with a blank map and there are rules about how each person draws on the map. I'll sort of pass that out information about that later, but I think it might be just a fun way to establish an area that we're going to be working in for a bit. Does that sound interesting to anyone?
I think it does, and then they could draw all over the map if they wanted.
That's true. Matter of fact, you're required
Tentacles
to.
everywhere.
And then like afterwards, I'll probably like clean it up and like make it look pretty. But instead of just using like a random map generator and making up fiction about like whatever our home base town is going to be, I think it would be more interesting to be like, oh, this is the cool thing we can do with this place, and like, uh, why? I'm like, why is my screen black? It's because one of you
I don't
did
know.
it. It's because one of you did it. And there's more tentacles in the
Wasn't
water.
me.
Wasn't me.
Innocent until proven guilty.
But yeah.
Looking at the
So
smirk
I
on
don't
his
know.
face, he feels guilty.
For anyone who's interested in the source material I'm referring to, if you look at the Friends at the Table podcast feed, they run a little side thing between their season 2 and season 3. It's called Marielda, and that's the name of their city, and they're pretty much establishing fiction about that city. And I thought it was a very interesting way to make a very storied um, like history for a place over the course of a couple hours, rather than just like just writing some stuff about it.
I will check it out. I think it sounds
Sounds
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I'll distribute. I just bought the PDF for this because I thought it was interesting enough that I'd like to do it at some point in the future, even if it's not for this. So I'll sort of distribute that so you guys can see what it is. It's literally just a 15-page PDF that shows you how this game works. It's like literally all you need to play it is it's the rules and it's a couple pages of rules telling you what the order of things are, and you do it with a deck of cards, and that's pretty much it. And I feel like I just cut out a lot. Did anyone hear all that?
I think I got it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like a thing that we can do. All right, I'm going to end the stream here. and we can discuss it more off stream if we want. So thank you for joining, everyone. That's a brief look into what I want to do later. So I'm gonna hit the end stream button.